What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Crawl TV. The fourth Jeep has been acquired.
The fourth Jeep, the YJ.
Introducing the 88 Sahara. Let's take a walk around and I'll show you guys this awesome Jeep that actually needs very little work to get ready for the Rubicon.
Actually, it did change a little bit since the pictures. I put an AX15 into it.
Frame looks pretty good.
Frame's not too bad. There's no real, there's a couple little stupid rusty spots, but there's no like real rust.
Yeah. He's gonna put a surfboard in it and be game over for him. He'll fall in love with Jeeps. My boy's going down the freeway.
Welcome to the Sahara. Oh yeah.
Oh. Got a lot of buttons in here.
So futuristic.
But everything works.
It's incredible.
Drives like a dream. I got a lot of little buddies living with me in here. We do. You want a breakfast burrito?
4 of them, yeah.
Can we do 4 breakfast burritos?
There has been some rewiring done. We've got our horn here, our first ignition here, and then a starter button. Wait a minute.
Second, well, ignition,
Okay.
start, and this just makes sure everything will.
Okay, so that's your key.
Yeah, that's like our kill switch.
Yeah. You have a key, an ignition, a start, aftermarket check engine light. But you do have working heat. You're the only one with working heat.
Yep. And I got 2 keys.
You got 2 keys, and you got a permanent key in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gauges all work for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, they all work. We got sometimes they bounce back and forth, but they all read true. So.
Man, you are in good shape. And what'd you pick this up for?
$3,800.
That is incredible.
Okay. The tub looks clean. I don't know if we can. No rust in the
You
tub.
got a nice looking back seat too.
Yeah. New back seat. It folds up. We got plenty of space.
You got a new soft top on this thing.
Yeah. We're ready for the rain this weekend.
Man, incredible.
A few spider webs, but
That's okay.
and a few spiders. But we'll clean them out. We haven't gotten the vacuum in here yet.
Man, I'm so impressed. $3,800.
Superstar.
I think so far you've
The most Rubicon ready, maybe?
you're the most Rubicon ready, and I think you secured the best deal.
I don't know if I'd say that. I wouldn't go that far. You got a Jeep for pretty much free. So
That's true.
for the cost of a road trip.
That's true. I think I'm like $2,000 into mine.
Yeah.
So for interior, you want to grab a center console.
Yeah,
You need some
center
cup
console.
holders.
I do need cup holders.
And then you want to replace this panel.
Yeah,
after we get the body lift off.
when we take the body lift off and get that 5-inch Coke can out.
Yeah, this thing has a pretty. The body lift is like that big. I'll show you guys when we get out of the Jeep. But other than that, interior wise, are you gonna put a radio in, or are you just gonna do like a Bluetooth?
I'll probably just do a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all doing.
Yeah.
Keeping it really cheap and simple.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of work. And then I like having this here already, so probably secure this because it's so fucking loose. But we'll get that nice and secured.
Yeah.
But outside of that, kind of just leave it as is.
Yeah, man. And then maybe you're gonna get a new driver's seat.
I'm gonna do both seats.
Both seats.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because this is onto bare metal.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And it's just shedding foam underneath. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a little gross, but other than that,
Yeah.
pretty good.
You're in good shape. Package secured. 4 breakfast burritos. Heading back to the shop.
Good. Skinny little. They've definitely changed.
Yeah, this is not our standard burrito. Our local place has gone through new management.
I like, and they only give you half the salsa.
You want that salsa?
No, that's the
yeah.
stuff right there.
You probably should ask more of this.
Yeah. They used to be really chintzy with it. All right, Mr. Jack, so tell us about the Jeep you just bought.
All right, so it's a 1988 Jeep YJ Sahara. We picked it up for $3,800.
Smoking deal.
Yeah, it's got the 4.2 liter, but it's fuel injected, the Howell fuel injection kit. We got AX15 transmission and a Ford 8.8 in the rear. But,
nice.
Open diffs all around, so that'll be one of the things we changed for the Rubicon. Other than that, it's pretty dialed in. A little rough on the outside, but
yeah,
we could take care of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna get beat up anyway, so
of course.
it's fine.
Well, let's take a walk around and point out some of the cool things about this thing. So under the hood, this is our inline six, is at 258. And aside from the wiring we have here, everything looks super clean. This is a notoriously torquey motor. This is the father of the 4-liter Jeep motor. And with a fuel injection kit, it's arguably the same and or better than a 4-liter.
Yeah,
so
runs super well.
A little bit longer stroke, I think, in the 4.2. Great on like torquey, low crawling stuff. You should be more set up than any of us. You have a brake booster, which none of us have.
4 disc brakes.
And you've got disc brakes all the way around.
The Ford 8.8, we got Explorer disc brakes.
Woohoo!
Stop on a dime.
Just like all of us, you have a bungee strap on your battery. That's just like a standard Jeep feature.
We'll replace that. This one's getting a little crusty. Maybe get a fresh one in there. We've got a little relay box with just the horn added to it. So the guys started to move some relays over and stopped at the horn.
Yeah.
But
I had one of these in my JK, and you can run your accessories out of it as well. It's kind of like an old version of like what a S-Pod would be.
Yeah.
You just run like a main hotline to it, and then you can branch circuits out of it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
So we'll get our buddy Paul to get in here and clean up the wiring. But overall, it's a runner.
Yeah, it's definitely a runner. Now, this front axle, you and I were just talking about it because YJs do have a vacuum line disconnect on the front axle there. Tell me what the guy did before he sold it to you.
So he just added in, I don't even know what it's called, just a little collar piece to link the front axle so it's just permanently one piece, and remove that vacuum line. So you don't have to worry about it.
Those things do tend to fail sometimes, so that's kind of a good mod to just eliminate the vacuum lines and make it a one-piece axle. So you have a Dana 30 front and a Ford 8.8 rear, which means that you don't have the C-clip Dana 35 rear axle.
That's correct.
That's kind of one of the bigger problems that YJs have. So having that done and out of the way is pretty awesome. Now the 8.8 is wider than the Dana 30. So you have wheel spacers on the front.
You do.
And if we look at the stance on this thing, it is a pretty wide boy. And that's a pretty wide Jeep. But you said you're thinking about going with a different tire?
Yeah, something skinnier. Something maybe like that. These things are just so ridiculously wide. And it's kind of hard on steering. So, I don't know.
Yeah, once you air those down, it's kind of the same thing I was telling Luke. It's going to be a lot to turn.
Yeah.
Without any kind of hydro assist or anything.
Yeah.
But we all do have power steering.
We do.
Yeah. Even Luke and Chris in the 58 and the Jeep that Chris has, we haven't unveiled yet.
Wanted to take a look at the body lift?
Yeah. So first I want to point out what good shape this frame is in. The previous owner said that this thing just sat in the desert.
Sat in the desert for 20 years before he had it. So it's super clean. There's a lot of dry rubber on it, but other than that, it's pretty clean and rubber's easy to replace. So
yeah,
I'd rather have that than a rusting frame.
Yeah, I'll take sunburned paint over rusty floors any day of the week. That is a good trade. Now that body lift Jack was mentioning, this thing has, you guys remember on the CJ7, the body lift was like 1 inch. I'm pretty sure this Jeep
Like a 3-inch
has like, yeah, like a 2.5 or a 3. Let's go over to the passenger side and take a look at those pucks because there's some concern there that Jack has with the size of those things and the angle that they're on.
These things are starting to lean over pretty hard and squat, so we might want to address that before anything else and bring this down a bit.
Yeah, that's like a Coke can in there.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
So as far as prepping for TDS, this Jeep's ready to go.
Yeah, for the most part, I mean,
everything
drive out there.
Yeah, everything that we are doing for Tierra del Sol to do like a break-in run on these Jeeps is basically just getting them running.
Yeah, essentially.
You're already there. You're way ahead of us. So Rubicon Trail, I think my recommendation would be to add some kind of like frame-mounted sliders.
Yeah, take these out.
So I'd get rid of those, and I think all four of us need to do that, just because we're gonna push rocks and stuff into the tub.
Rubber trim off.
Yeah.
And get something a little bit more beefy.
Yeah. After sitting out in the sun for so many years, you know, you get cracks, and these fenders have seen a lot of like warp and deflection just from heat, probably. So
clean all that stuff up, but
yeah. Now, as far as the tires go, even though you plan on getting rid of these are like brand new tires.
Yeah, it came with pretty much brand new 33s.
And then the shocks also look new. These look like new Skyjacker shocks on this.
Yeah.
So somebody has come in here and actually spent some money and done some work.
Yeah.
The guy that listed this Jeep for sale online, because obviously we've been sharing Facebook Marketplace ads with each other for like a month. And so we've seen every Jeep for sale within like 250 miles of San Diego County.
Yeah.
And then this one popped up and Jack shared it, and the listing was like pretty bad.
It was like one sentence, a single sentence. I skimmed over a lot of the major things he had done to it.
Yeah. So like the transmission, we talked about it inside the Jeep. This has an AX15 that was new since he listed the Jeep.
Yeah.
So,
rebuilt.
And he didn't update his listing. He didn't mention that it had a new top, it had new tires, had new shocks. He just said like Jeep run good for sale.
Fuel injected.
Fuel injected. Yeah. So very little information, and because he wasn't a good salesman, he sold this for a smoking deal. I think with in the condition that it's in, this is probably a $6,000 Jeep.
Yeah, maybe clean up the paint a little bit and freshen it up. I think we already went over the inside with the ignition situation, so
yeah,
there's a few things that are a little wonky about it, but I mean, everything works. So.
Yeah. So
all things considered.
TDS prep, you'll just keep plugging away on this with the little stuff that you have.
Yeah, just clean up a few little things.
And what are your like major concerns with this off-road?
Definitely that body lift. That thing looks like it's starting to squat on the passenger side quite a bit. I mean, other than that, it's open diff, so that's a little sketchy. But I mean, we just gas it a little bit harder. And then it just has a transfer case drop, so there's no slip yoke eliminator or CD drive shaft. So eventually, before the Rubicon, we'll probably try and do that.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty dialed.
Yeah, and we did take a look at the transfer case, and it is an NP231J, so we can get a Tom Woods slip yoke eliminator kit and drive shaft for this to take care of that problem, and that's a pretty easy. You got to take the transfer case out, but it's a pretty easy process to put that eliminator kit in and then put it all back together. Well, since your Jeep is in such good shape, let's go back into the shop and see what's going on with Luke's Jeep. They've got that whole front end off the ground now, and I think that they're still working on getting those plates made so that they can get that frame back together.